Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for being here or coming back and watching on the replay. Sorry, I was trying to stream this to our Facebook group, but for some reason it is not letting me. So I'm just going to do this. I'm recording it, and then I will just share that into the Facebook group. So super excited about this Bloom Bash that we have happening next week. Bashes are amazing. They are great opportunities to grow your network, to grow your business, to connect with customers, potential artists. Just a really, really great opportunity. So I'm just going to share a few things that might be helpful for you as you are preparing for the bash next week. There is a link in our Team Persevere page to a video that Jerica Mortensen did that is incredible. Definitely encourage you to go and watch that as well. So I think the first thing with bashes is just like sort of brain dump a list of people that you would like to invite. So go ahead and like take a few minutes. I kind of wanted to do this as like a power hour type thing. So take a few minutes and just like get some paper and just brain dump a list really quick. And while you're doing that, just want to remind you that today is Wednesday the 3rd. Today is the last day to turn in your money for your customers and the people that you invite to be eligible for prizes. Now, it's not required to pitch in that money, but the more money that we have, the better prizes we can get. And if you don't put in the $10, then your customers can still participate, but they won't be eligible to win any prizes. So just a little reminder that if you're going to add to that prize pool, just to get your money to Annie via Venmo or PayPal, both methods are listed in our Facebook group. Get her that money today so that we can start putting the prizes together. So I want you to just go ahead and like brain dump a quick list. I'm not going to pause the video for tons of time on here just for like replay sake, but like pause the video and just brain dump a list of people that you would like to invite to this bash. Here are some things that you can think about. So think about customers. Think about customers who are loving the makeup, customers who purchase often. Definitely you'll want to invite them. Think about hostesses, people who have hosted in the past. Go into your back office. And if you don't know how to do this, you can ask your upline, but go into your back office and look at people who already have open party links and message them and invite them to this bash. Just brain dump like all of these people and invite them. So go ahead and like pause this video and take like 2 minutes and do that. Just think of like anybody and everybody, like everybody is welcome. And honestly, the more the merrier. That's going to up the engagement in the group. So go ahead and take a couple minutes and do that. Okay, I'm going to keep going just so the video isn't forever long. Now let's talk about getting hostesses for the bash. So definitely like inviting people. And before we move on, let me just share a tip for inviting. When you're in the Facebook group, you can use the invite button. That's fine. Except the problem is that a lot of times when you send those invites, it's going to get lost in people's notifications and they might not see it. And so you might be like, wait, where are these people? Like I invited all of these people. Sometimes Facebook is weird sometimes, and we all get so many notifications for like so many different pages and groups and everything. So what I encourage you to do when you're inviting people is to send personal messages. And this may sound time consuming, and it is a little more time consuming than just like clicking the invite button, but it is so much more effective. Okay, so let me just give you a few tips on sending personal messages. So one thing you can do is, and maybe I'll just like put this in the chat really quick. So one thing you can do is you can type out a message and then copy and paste it and send it to multiple people, just making sure to change the name each time you do that. So you could say like, hey, Susie, just say like, I hope you're doing well. I wanted to reach out because my Saint makeup team is doing a super fun online bash. And I'm typing this as I write, guys, next week. and I'd love to have you join. And just put there will be lots of fun, or let's see, like lots of different makeup tips and tutorials from several different artists on my team. And there will be awesome prizes for participating. Sorry, I should have had these written out ahead of time, but kind of like thinking of them as I go for participating. And so at this point, you could say like, would you like to join? That's probably what I do, is like ask their permission and just say, would you like to join? Okay, I'm gonna put that in the chat so you guys can see. Now, definitely, like, you can tweak that up, but that just gives you an example of like a personal message that you can send to somebody that can also be like copied and sent to multiple people. So you send that message and then somebody responds and they're like, yes, I would love to join. Thanks so much for thinking of me. So then what you can do is copy the link to the group. Instead of going in and clicking the invite button, go into the group and copy the link, and I'll go grab that. So it's like an easy reference for you guys. Hang on just a second. You just copy it. So then, so if they say, yes, I would love to join. So I'll just put, if they say yes, great. Just click this link to join the group and send them the link. That is going to work so much better than the invite button, just because it's not going to get lost in their notifications. Okay, so they can just click that link and then they join the group and then they're in. They don't have to accept an invite, like they have entered the group. And it's always really nice to ask people's permission. That's always a good way to go. So that's just an example of a message, like an invite message that you could send somebody. Now, I love voice messages. like I'm the queen of voice messages. A while back, I graduated from like 1-minute messages to like, they can be however long, which is kind of funny. So if you enjoy voice messages, I just think it's such a good way to connect with people, because they can hear your voice, they can hear the tone, they can hear how excited you are, that enthusiasm will transfer to them. It's just really great. So, so definitely encourage you, if like, to make the time, if you can like carve out like 20 to 30 minutes for yourself. Take your list of people that you've thought of, just send them quick voice messages. It will be literally 15 seconds, because you can just say the same message that I wrote in there. I mean, you could add something like, hey, Susie, like, I'm so glad that you're enjoying your makeup. I was thinking of you, wanted to reach out to you because, my team is doing this thing, et cetera, et cetera. And then you can send them that voice message again. If they respond yes, just copy and paste that link and say, great, click here to join. Boom. Okay. So now send those messages, get those people. But now let's talk about how to like level up. Let's talk about how to level up your, like, maximize this bash for your business, for your customers, etc. So step above just like getting people in the group, which is great, is getting hostesses in the group. Because what this is, you guys, is like it's essentially a big class is all it is. It's a big class with artists from like all artists on our team, who have been seeing artists for different times with different skill sets and things like that. They're going to be sharing tips and tricks. Now, we as artists are going to learn so much from them. It's so fun. And our customers can learn so much from them as well. So it's really fun. It's basically a class that the content is already created for you. So definitely take advantage of it. So here's what I want you to do. This is an invite message, right? But I want you to take a look at this list, and I want you to look at people who have maybe hosted in the past. I want you to go into your back office and look at people who already have open party links with you, because they might want to, bulk that up a little bit by inviting some friends to this group. Think of people who have, maybe they recently ordered, or they have given you feedback that they are really loving this makeup, or maybe somebody that you've talked to about a class in the past, like hosting a class, but like maybe it wasn't the right time, or, whatever. Think of all those people. So take your list. Sorry, I didn't actually make a list, but take your list and circle the people that you think might be good hostesses, or people that you would like to offer to host this class, okay? To be a hostess for this class, all right? So the goal is to get between like at least two, I would say between 3 to 4 hostesses would be the goal for this. That's going to be like really, really, really successful and give like some good energy for you. Okay. So the first message I sent you was just like a general invite message. So now we're going to do how to invite hostesses. Okay. So I think it's just something like so similar and so simple. So just like say, hey, Susie, I hope you're doing well. You could say like, it could just like vary on their situation. You could just say like, I'm so glad you're loving your makeup. This is just like one situation. I'm so glad you're loving your makeup. And you could say, let's see. Oops, sorry. That you're loving your makeup. And you could say, my team is doing a super fun online bash next week. And I wondered if you had any friends that you would like to invite. Sorry, guys, I'm kind of just like thinking about these on the fly. They're not perfect, and you can totally change them up. Let's see. Actually, I'm going to change this a little bit. My team is doing a super fun online bash next week. We'll just say there will be lots of different artists sharing different makeup tips and tricks. Do you have, let's see. Do you have any friends that you could I'm trying to think of like an open-ended question. Or you could just say like, which of your friends might like to check this out? And then you say PS, which of your friends might like to check this out? Like you could send them something like that. Again, guys, these messages aren't perfect. You can totally like tweak it. Jerica also has really good tips, but this is just like, this just kind of gets like the blood flowing a little bit. So I'm so glad you're loving your makeup. My team's doing a super fun online bash next week. Lots of different artists share different makeup tips and tricks. Which of your friends might like to check this out? Again, it's not perfect. That could probably use a little bit of tweaking, but that just kind of gives you the idea. Or like something else you could say is like, hey, Susie, let's see. You can say, hey, Susie, I was looking in my back office and I noticed that you have a rewards link with $150 on it. So you're just $50 away from earning rewards. I'd love to help you get some free makeup. And then just say, my team is, let's see, I'm doing super fun. Different artists sharing different makeup tips and tricks. Any friends that you invite to the bash can place their orders under your link to get you some more credits. Which of your friends okay, again, Like those are just a couple of different scenarios for inviting hostesses. Okay. So now you send these messages out. So you've invited, and I like to do voice messages for those as well, but you can do it however you want. Like these are just some examples. Let me put that in the chat. You can tweak them. Okay. So then you invite the hostesses. So once you get some responses back, again, the goal I would say is like 3 to 4 hostesses right here. So once you get their responses back, of course, make sure the hostesses are in the group. So then what you want to do is tell them, like coach them on how to invite their friends. Same way that you did with the messages and the link to make sure that people get in there and the invites don't get buried in their notifications. So coach your hostesses on how to invite people, how to get people in there. And then what you want to do is start up some Facebook message threads. So start one with you and each hostess in it, and then have each hostess invite their friends that are in the group into these message threads. So you're going to have like 3 or 4 different message groups with you and each individual hostess. Now, and so what you can do in this is just keep the momentum going during the bash, like check in, you don't want to bombard them, but like drip on them, like once or twice a day, kind of check in there and, ask people, like drum up some conversation before the bash starts. Ask them like what they're hoping to learn, share the schedule, share the prize graphics, like generate the enthusiasm, ask them which lives they want to see. And what I'll usually do is like share the welcome live into each one of those and just be like, it's kicked off. We're so excited. Here's the schedule. And then if there's one that somebody was like really wanting, let's say somebody really wanted to see brows and the brow video comes up, like I'll share that into their message thread. You can just click the little arrow at the bottom of a live video and share it into their message thread. So now you've got the 4 different message threads. What you can also do, again, if you want to kind of like up the ante here, you can create a message group with you and all of your hostesses. So like 5 people in there. And if you want to like throw in some extra incentives, you can be like, all right, hostesses, whichever one of you gets the most people in the group, I'm going to give you a $10 Starbucks gift card or something like that. I would keep them small personally. Like that's just my advice, but it's just really fun to like a little friendly competition, kind of get people going, get them to add people into the group, because you have to coach them. Like you're going to have to coach them on what to do, because if you tell them like, oh, you're going to be a hostess for this bash, like they're not going to know. That's why in my messages, I was like, do you want to invite some friends to check it out? Because they're going to understand that a little bit better than, oh, I'm being a hostess for this. They're going to be like, what? Like, what does that mean? So just make sure that you coach your hostesses really well and like tell them what you want them to do. But yeah, you can throw in some extra little incentives there with your hostesses, like, the person who gets the most people in the group, the person whose group generates the most color matches. You can't incentivize any purchases, but you could be like, try and book classes off of this. Like if people already use the makeup, you could be like, all right, whichever group, like, each time I get a class booked, like I'm going to throw out another gift card or something like that. And you don't have to do that, but those are just some ideas. I just want to give you ideas of like how to maximize this for your potential customers, current customers, potential artists. And then of course, if you have somebody interested in the artist program, make sure that you tag them on the videos and the content about the artist program. Make sure you follow up, ask permission to follow up with them. Once that content has been shared, just say, hey, this was shared today about the artist program. Can I check in with you tomorrow and see what you thought about it? Like, will you have a chance to take a look at it? Like, make sure and just be professional with them and be following up about that. I think that's everything. Again, go watch Jerica's training because it's so great. But I just wanted to add like just some little additional encouragement here to just really utilize this bash, because it's so much amazing content like already prepared for you. You don't have to do any of the work. So it's so advantageous for your business. The other thing I was going to share too is that as the content is coming up in the group, you can share it out of your group. You don't want to share everything, but for example, like a really good basic hack video or like a video of a makeup application for women of color. Like maybe there are people in your beauty group that would be interested in that. So you can share that to your beauty group. Like this is like, it's a content bank for you. This is content that you can utilize in so many different ways. So, all right. So that's what I encourage you to do. And I promise your preparation will be worth it. Like take the time, put the effort into preparing for this bash, and I promise good things will come from it for you. I promise. So what I encourage you to do, kind of some homework tonight, and maybe even tomorrow, but I would definitely get the ball rolling by tomorrow. Make your list of people you want to invite. Look at people in your group. Look at your customers. Just, think about people. Think maybe people who have expressed interest in the makeup, but you haven't done a color match yet. Think of all these people. Personally invite them. Along with that, you can, make a post and say, oh, click to join. You'll probably get a few people, but I promise you are going to get so much better interaction and engagement by doing personal messages. So, make your list of people that you want to invite, and then look and see which of those, before you invite people, look and see which of those would make good hostesses, which people who already have party links, people who are, frequent customers. You can look in your back office and go down your customer list. You can see how many times people have ordered. If somebody's ordered 10 times, offer for them to be a hostess, set up a rewards link for them. And then message them offering for them to invite their friends and add to their rewards link. And you can set up a rewards link for anybody, you guys, anybody who is set up as your customer. So even if they don't necessarily want to invite friends, but it's somebody who has ordered a lot, offer a rewards link for them. And then once you get responses back, once you get some hostesses, because you are going to get hostesses, be so confident that you will. Once you get those responses back, then set up those message threads. You can do one with you and each of your hostesses, and then one with you, hostess, their people. You hostess, their people. Does that make sense? And then you can, add a few extra incentives if you want to. You don't have to, but then just keep the momentum going. As the prizes and schedule get put together, share that in there. Just really get people excited about this, because these bashes are so fun. So, all right. I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you so much for watching this on the replay. Feel free to comment if you have any questions, or reach out to your upline if you have any questions. We just, these bashes are for you. We want them to be so successful for your business. So please let us know if you have any questions. Thanks so much. Bye.